So back 50-some years ago when I got in the, what then was called the freight business, the marine transportation business, that is now changed into logistics, and now it's supply chain, and everybody knows about supply chain. Gee, you hear it all the time, right? The bottom line is supply chains don't work if you can't physically move stuff. And what we're good at is we know how to move stuff, whether it's on ships, airplanes, trucks, rail, whatever. It really gives you a huge competitive advantage if you understand the basic economic and service parameters of those underlying physical movements rather than some math formula. Because the math formula only works if the asset, the truck, the rail, the airplane, the ship, actually can make the voyage. Now, each of those pieces of moving assets have to have terminals on either end, because you have to load containers or trucks or whatever with cargo, rail terminals. And so understanding how those terminals work and how the trucking that leads up to those terminals works and all of those costs gives you a competitive advantage now in understanding what the transactional cost is and reliability of delivery. The other thing that's changed in logistics is this last mile, the element of last mile. Everybody now is offering delivery services. Amazon mastered it recently, but Walmart does it. Every restaurant around us does it. Every place I go, it says they'll deliver my groceries, they'll deliver this, they'll deliver that. That's all last mile stuff, which is the hardest mile, by the way, to deliver, the last mile. So my hope is that this class has given you an understanding of particularly logistics. You have to be aware of the geopolitical environment we're in, because if one country blocks an asset militarily, access, that has a dramatic effect on supply chain and logistics. You now have to reroute everything to move in another direction. Or if you have a natural disaster, like in Alaska, they had a big earthquake up there, right? Years ago in the 60s, there was a huge earthquake, tidal wave that really disrupted the harbor system up there, right? So all of those things come into effect. And so the number one thing in logistics is you really need to pay attention to the geopolitical environment and how that's going to affect logistics, which then consequently is going to affect supply chain.